Hey, this is the Zonk Man, and you're watching the North Carolina Vinyl Picker Show.
Hey, we're at the Clemmons
Record show.
Go ahead, sorry. We'll say.
Clemmons Record Show.
Well, let's start over. 3, 2, 1. Here we are at the Clemmons Record Show.
Welcome to North Carolina Vinyl Pickers Show.
The binge.
Mine's North Carolina vinyl idiot.
Now, come on, Bobby.
We'll start up your channel for you.
Yeah.
How come they got no music playing in here today?
Yeah, that is fun. In charge here. Harley? Harley's not the guy yet.
He will be the next
So which
show.
one is on?
Down there. With Pat on backwards.
Usually they always have music playing. I don't know about Clemmons though.
With a blue hat on backwards?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Molly's here too. I got.
Good morning. It's time for the North Carolina Vinyl Picker Show. A day late. I was at the record show yesterday in Clemmons, North Carolina, where I met up with Todd, Graybeard's Nation. That's right, half of the Graybeard's Nation. And I was texting Todd this morning and asking him why did they stop making their videos. So maybe he can fill me in on that. And I'm starting to get a gray beard there, Todd. So shipmate. Yes, we both spent a lot of time in the Navy, me and Todd. He was a skivvy waver. He was a quartermaster. And I was a cook. That's right. We didn't serve on the same ship, but we served in the same port on different ships. And we probably crossed paths at one point. I also met the Zonk Man. That's right. The Zonk Man was there with his buddy. And we went to lunch together. And we had a very nice lunch. We're going to talk about new finds. We're going to go ahead and show you these new finds. And I was going to do A through G plus extra G's in the prog bin, but I'm going to save that for Wednesday because I got a lot to show you. I've been a very busy boy this week, and I found lots of stuff, and I'm going to bring it all to the table and show you fine people out there. Lay your hands on all your albums. I did, and I found some turds. I found a few turds. These are all my prog bin. It's all been redone. It starts with the A's over here. Goes from A all the way from A to Jade Warrior over here. And then from J to Z over here. So all the prog is now in one room. And I got all my other stuff over there. Even my jazz fusion, which I would love to have over here. But my room is just too small. And I've been watching a lot of videos on Alaska. You know, 2 years ago, I went to Alaska with my wife, and then it's calling me back. And they say if you go to Alaska as a young man or a woman, that you probably won't ever leave. I believe that. Alaska is not one you conquer, but one you learn to respect. And that's something that I heard on one of the shows I was watching this week. And it is so beautiful up there. And you just can't describe it. Words can't describe how magnificent Alaska is. It's the final frontier, I guess. So, yeah. So lay your hands on every record. Go through your entire record collection. Even if it takes you like 3 days. It took me like 4 days to go through every single record. And I was pulling them out. And I got a stack of them here that I'm putting in my store. And if you want to get to my store, there'll be a link down below. It's in eBay. That's right. I don't use Discogs too much. I still have some records there, but I'm trying to phase out my Discogs because a lot of the people that use Discogs, sad to say, are pretty sometimey. So, yeah, so let's get right into it. So I'll show you the stuff I got in the mail. Then I'll show you the stuff I went out and did some old-time picking. That's right, we did some old-time picking. And I got some stuff, charity shop stuff, they call it over in Britain. I went to Goodwill, I went to Habitat, I went to a couple different stores. And then yesterday, the big haul from the record show with Todd and Zonk Man and all them people. You'll see them in the video. They'll be in here. You might have already seen them at the beginning. So what I get in the mail. So what I got in the mail is I seen this on eBay, and it was a really good price. I was really surprised how cheap it was. But I already had it, so I put my copy in. Of course, I put it in my store. But this band is called Cafe Jacques. Now, this is their second album. It's called International. It has the bio that came with it. Mine didn't have the bio of the original album, and Phil Collins is on here, and some members from Brand X. And Cafe Jacques is a great album, and I think their first album is called Round the Back. And you can pick these both up really cheap. So if you see them, pick them up and listen, give them a listen, because you can probably get them for $5. But good luck trying to find the bio. I already got that one, so I already got that one. And then I got this in the mail. And now I paid up a little bit for this, and you know the vinyl picker, he don't pay up too much, but he got himself a really clean copy, beautiful, with the Obi strip of Hotel California. That was a nice pickup. I got that in the mail. And then somebody put this on eBay, and this here is Barclay James Harvest, who I like a lot. They're an English folk band, and they had this 45 that was speaking to me, and it was like $3 or something crazy like that. So I love Barclay James Harvest and the Strawbs, and there's other bands, trying to think, the Incredible String Band and Fairport Convention. Those are all great bands, and I love them all. But when I'm in the mood for them, put it that way. And then I seen this on The Word is Live. Yes, yes. And this, yes, yes, yes. That was one of the CDs. Okay, but I'm sure it'll be fine. It landed okay. Here is a ticket stub that was in here. And this is a complete set of all these live performances by Yes on CD. Just fantastic. I'm going to give this a listen later. I'm going to try to listen to this whole thing. I think I may have this on CDR, but I'll have to check. I'll have to check on that. Enya's final album that she hasn't done anything since this, Dark Sky Island. Picked this up for $5. I'm all in on Enya, as I am on Tori, Lorena McKinnon, Clannad, IQ, and Camel. And in my room tour, you probably saw all those CDs up there. This is an album that by Julian Lennon that's very hard to come by. It's called Everything Changes. And if you want to buy this on vinyl, it's probably going to cost you $300, and you probably got to order it from some guy in India. But this album, to get it on CD, was less than $10. And it's kind of like, he has a couple of those albums that were done during the CD era, if you like Julian Lennon. One of the final albums by a band called Enigma, and this is a Voyager. They did make another one after this, but and then his wife left him, and then they stopped making music. So it was a woman and a husband, and they made lots of records back in the 80s and 90s, I guess. Very cool band. I like Enigma. Northeast Corridor, Steely Dan Live. Picked this up for $5, and this has a lot of the Steely Dan songs done by Donald Fagen, and it's in the memory of Walter Becker. And last but not least was Steven Wilson, The Overview, Blu-ray. I'm looking to watch this when I get my Blu-ray player in here, where I'm in my record room, where I can watch my Blu-rays. I'm moving my 45s up here. I got to lift this up, put my 45s back up there, and then once I do that, then I can put my Blu-rays over here and bring in my Blu-ray player, and I can watch my Blu-rays in my record room. So there you go. That's all of the stuff that I got in the mail, and that alone was quite a bit. But then I went thrifting. Me and the wife went thrifting, and she picked up a couple sweaters and some stuff like that, and I picked up music. Most of this stuff is going in my store. So the Ariana Grande, I'm not really into her, but I did find a CD there that's minty mint, and I picked it up and I put it in my store. The Best of Miles Davis, that's going in the store. Derek and the Dominoes and Other Assorted Love Songs, I'll be putting that in the store. Sometimes they do pretty good. CDs are back, baby, they're back. Joy King, Tennessee Yodel Polka. I took a chance on this. This lady here was, I believe that she was from somewhere in Tennessee, Nashville maybe. Seems how she's a country gal, but the record says here it was made in Maggie Valley, North Carolina. But I looked it up and I found Joy, but I didn't find this 45 in Discogs. So I guess I could use PopPsych and try to find it there and see what it's worth. Michael Murphy, I love the song Wildfire, and I found the 45 with the correct sleeve. So I'll have to give that a listen and probably clean it in the Guru first. And then this one here, I found at the Habitat for Humanity, Ball of Confusion. That's what the world is today, the Temptations. And it's in really good shape. And I found that one there for like, I don't know, 50 cents. I'll be keeping that one. This here was, I took a chance on this album here. It's called The Outsiders, Time Won't Let Me. I think I've heard that song before. It's a 60s song. And so I found this one here in the store. I found a copy of Vangelis, Opera Savage. And yeah, that's pretty cool. That's in my store. The band Lake. Found this one. These are all going in my store. This one here is called Easy Street. I think it's a pop record from the 70s. If anybody knows anything about that. Some people out there probably know this one, Angel. It's in perfect condition. I put that in my store. If anybody wants it's probably a headbanging song. They were on the Casablanca label with Kiss. Ice Station Zebra. Rock Hudson and a few other actors from that time period. Ernest Borgnine's in this, and who else is in this? There's another guy in here. Jim Brown. Jim Brown's in here. Patrick McGowan. I've never seen this movie, but I'm sure it's probably really good. It's a 60s movie. I'll be keeping this. I like soundtracks. I have quite a few soundtracks. So we're putting that in my collection. The Voice, I think this is Frank's first album, and it's really nice. It's a 6i Columbia, and it doesn't go for much money, but I put it in my store. I'm not really listening to too much Frank Sinatra these days, that's for sure. Now, let's get into the stuff that I picked up at the record show, where like I said, I got to meet Todd, half of the Graybeards Nation, and the Zonk Man and his buddy. American Doll Posse, Terry Amos, CD. These were all $2. These CDs were, there was a guy there selling CDs, and he must have had about 10,000 of them. They were all $2. This is an expanded version with a DVD, so I picked that up for $2. Why not? I like Tori Amos. This is Peter Gabriel, and this is Scratch My Back. This is where he does other people's songs. And this was $2. I did not have that. Lorena McKinnon, who I really love. An Ancient Muse, $2. The Drive the Cold Winter Away, Lorena McKinnon, $2. $2. I'm only missing a few of her records now. Most of them are her live stuff, and she's got a ton of live stuff. Then I met a guy there, and he was selling records, and I didn't get his name, and I didn't get a card from him, and I wish I had, because I got some really great stuff. I'm going to go through this stack and show you the stuff I got from him first, and then I'll go ahead and show you the rest. Anthony Phillips sides with the hype sticker. Got the shrink on there. So I'll be putting my other copy of Sides in my store. If anybody's interested in Anthony Phillips from Genesis, y'all know that my favorite 2 records from Genesis are the very first 2, Revelation and Trespass, with 12-string Anthony Phillips. The best of John Evangelos, Friends of Mr. Cairo, State of Independence. I'll Find My Way Home with the huge hype sticker on there. And this is the best of, and I have another copy of this I'll be putting in my store. So trying to find, if I see albums with the shrink and the hype sticker, I'm picking them up. And these both were $1 a piece. This was $1, and the Sides was $1, and this one was $1. Almadon with Mike Oldfield with the hype sticker and the shrink on there. Great album. I think I have this on quad, but I'll be probably keeping that. Marscape, white label promo of Marscape, and this is with Jack Lancaster, Robin Lumley, Phil Collins. All the Brand X people are on this record, so if you love Brand X, then you want to look for this one. And good luck finding a white label promo. I happen to find one. I'll probably put my other copy in my store. This is probably the banger. No, I haven't gotten to the banger of the week yet. This is the Enid. Now this is a progressive rock band from the UK on the Harvest label, and he had $5 on this, and I couldn't get it in my hand fast enough. This is a great band, progressive rock. I'm looking forward to giving this a spin. The Enid. He had this one here, and now John Abercrombie, Timeless, with Jan Hammer and Jack DeJohnette, who just passed away. And everybody's raving about this record. It was $10. It's an ECM, and it's in really nice shape. And I like Jan Hammer a lot. This is right around the time he was in Mahavishnu, so I'm sure it's going to be good. I've streamed it. I really liked it. Andreas Vollenheimer. I'm all in on Andreas Vollenheimer. He's a electric harpist. I think I said that right. And this is his very first album. I've never seen this on vinyl, and it was cheap. He had like $8 on this. It's an import, and it's before he got popular here in the U.S. with his New Age records. And Andreas, yeah, I was stoked to get that one. Really good. I'm going to save the banger for the end. I picked this one up from Todd from Greybeard's Nation, the Bermuda Triangle by Tomita. And this was, he had a $5 on this. And this is the one that's a coral. I already have a copy of this, but you can always use a second one. This also came out on blue vinyl, which I've never seen. So if I ever see it on blue, I'll probably pick that up for a $5. This one here was also from Todd, and this is Yanni. And this was really cheap. I think it was, I don't know, $18, I think. But this, you never see this on vinyl because this is during the CD era. This is a fantastic record. And I was telling Todd, I said, don't sleep on Yanni because he's a snoozer, His first couple records are awesome. This one and these other album, it's called Out of Control or something like that. It's a white cover. I'm probably saying that wrong. But I have the album in the other room. Jean-Michel Jarre, a New Zealand press. I found this one at the show. And I like Jean-Michel Jarre. And Equinox is another one of his fantastic records. And then Live in China. And this one here, Oxygen. And New Zealand press, I'm sure it's going to sound fantastic. This one here I found for $5. And the guy didn't know what he had. He didn't even know who this guy was. Eddie Jobson in zinc. It's a promo copy for $5. I'll be putting my other copy in the store. Eddie Jobson, of course, played with Curved Air. He played with UK. He played for a minute with Yes. And he's going back on the road next year, I heard, with UK in Japan. UK was real popular over in Japan. So this was really cool. This is a great prog album at the end of the 70s, right at the end of the 70s, like when UK came out, the first UK album. It does suffer a little bit from that 80s sound because it's going into the 80s. This album might have even came out in 80. It was right around there, you know, first couple of years of 1980s, or I think this when this record was released. But it suffers a little bit from that 80s sound. Yeah, this one here was Faces Long Player. This was I got from Bobby, who was sharing a table with Todd. And I buy records from Bobby every time I see him. He's at all the shows. He has great records. And this is Long Player. This is a different version of, this is a German copy of this album from Faces with Rod Stewart and all the regular guys, Kenny Jones and Ronnie Wood, and all them type of people. And I heard they're getting back together and making an album. They're all getting up there. Rod Stewart's 80 years old. This one here I found for $5. And this is Jan Hammer. It's called The Early Years. And basically it's a best of all his solo albums. And I like Jan Hammer quite a bit. But again, he made some records with Jeff Beck in the 80s that suffered a little bit from that sound. Okay, here's the banger of the week from that guy I met that I didn't get his name. He'll go on. I just don't know why. I wasn't thinking. I was too busy picking. I went through all his records on his table, and then I went through the ones on the bottom. And when I was done, it was time to go. I went and had lunch with the Zonk Man, and I didn't go back to the show. I had had enough. I actually left with a little bit of cash in my pocket, so that was a good thing. Cathedral, Stained Glass Stories. I never thought I'd find a copy of this. And the guy told me that it was a reissue, which it is. But the original album came out on CD. And I only seen it on vinyl in there one time on the original, and original cover, I should say. And right now it goes for like $1,000 or some shit. It's really crazy, the price. So Stained Glass Stories. And this is a fantastic prog album. I never thought I'd even own a copy. I was going to buy one on CD because I never thought I'd find not even the reissue. And this comes from, I'm trying to think of the name of the company. It's from 1978. So it was right at the end of the prog era. See if I have the paper in here. I do have the paper in here. See, it comes with this here. And he had Symphonic, that's what it was, Symphonic Records and CDs, which is a prog label that made a lot of prog albums back for a long, long time. And Greg Walker was the guy's name who was in charge of that. I'm not sure if he's still around, but I have to go and look in my Discogs and see if he's still selling records. He probably is. But Cathedral, Stained Glass Stories, and then like Dylan from Noble, he must have got the permission to make the reissues. So this is really cool. I saved that to the end because that's the banger of the week. That's all I got for you this week. Now Wednesday, I'm going to do the prog bin. I'm going to do my next, my prog bin. I'm going to have to go back a little bit because I've moved everything around. So don't be surprised if I start from A again and then go all the way up to G. And plus the G's, I'm going to have to, there's some new G's in there. I moved Genesis in here now. So they were in the other room and some other stuff. So, yeah. Oh, I do have a few more things to show you. I got some 45s. Lawyers in Love, Jackson Browne. I like Jackson Browne quite a bit. For a Rocker. We'll go through these pretty quick because I'm at 23 minutes. Tender as the Night. If you stayed this long, God bless you. Thanks for hanging in there. Glenn Fry. This lady had these all of 45s that were $1 a piece. And I went through them twice to make sure I didn't miss nothing. True Love, Glenn Fry, of course, from the Eagles. Father Guido Sarducci, I Won't Be Twisting This Christmas. I remember him from Saturday Night Live. He's pretty funny. Mother's Talk, Tears for Fears. Lindsey Buckingham, Go Insane. Robert Plant, Burning Down One Side. Alan Parsons Project, Don't Answer Me, and Gowdy. And she had 2 of them, so I bought them both. Oh, that's it. That's quite a bit, huh? That's why I'm not going any further and doing the prog bin, because there just isn't time. 24 minutes, and that's about all you're going to get from the Prog Master, the North Carolina vinyl picker. And how do I go ahead and incorporate prog into my handle of my show? I don't know. Leave some comments down below. Maybe more people will watch my show if they think that I'm prog, because a lot of prog channels are way up there in views and stuff. And my little channel is just going down the track a little bit at a time. But we're doing good. We're doing good. I'm not going to beg for subscribers, but if you like my show, then hit the subscribe button and ring that bell, and that way you'll know every time the North Carolina Vinyl Picker is coming to see you. And I will be coming back to see you on Wednesday, and we're going to get this whole prog bin thing restarted, and get it moving and get it on the train and get it going down the track, so to speak. That's all I got. Take care out there, and be good, and support them troops if you can. And we will see you on Wednesday. Thanks a lot, and thanks for the Zonk Man, and for Todd, and for all the people that I met there at the record show. It was a great time. It was a great lunch, and thanks to all my new subscribers, and I've gotten a few this week. And take care. We'll see you soon. See you Wednesday. Bye for now.